I have the privilege of working for a startup that's based in Hong Kong. I won't name them at the moment, but we've got one particular member of the team who is probably the loudest voice, but always does so in the largest groups and usually throws rocks. It's almost never constructive. And so I'm trying to find a way to coach and to help and to adjust. Yes, you need to have a voice. Yes, you should speak up. And it should be in the spirit of where we're all trying to go together and not just pointing holes in everything you see. So I'm looking for help in that area too, but whatever time.
Yeah, sorry, I'd have a hard time with that person. First of all, no one gives a hoot what you think. Okay, you be curious about what other people think. So if someone says something different than you, don't go, I call it be curious, not compelling. Like, don't compel them into what your thinking is. I don't care. Be curious about what they see that you don't see and what they know that you don't know. Now, at the end, if you're the decision maker, you don't have to do what they seem to be recommending. I'm okay with that, but it happens after an honest, curious, thoughtful investigation, because when you do decide whichever way it is, they're going to say afterwards, well, at least they listened to me. Versus now, oh, this loudmouth sucked all the oxygen out of the room again. And so the question is, why does this person feel they need to do it? When I talked about this, I talk about this ship yet? I can't remember.
Tell us again.
Yeah, so this ship, this is one of the core stories in Leadership as Language. This ship sailed into a hurricane in 2015 and sank. All 33 people died. And we have a transcript. We have a 500-page transcript. We, publicly, the US government collected it, what they said. And one of the things that we did was we simply counted the words. And what we saw was when there were a 3-person team, the captain, an officer, and a crewman on the bridge, and I added up the number of words that happened during that 2-3 hour period that these 3 people were on the bridge. The captain always said the most number of words every time. The officer then said the next most number of words, and then the crewman, usually by a wide disparity. It was kind of like this. And they made bad decisions because they all died, and they all died. So there's a fragility that happens when we have unbalanced, the phrase we use is share of voice. We mathematically compute it into a thing called team language coefficient. But the idea is when it's unbalanced, there's a fragility in the decision-making, because the decision-making will represent what this one person thinks. And no matter how brilliant that person is, when that person makes a mistake, everyone's going to end up great death. So there's an arrogance in thinking you know the answer. I suspect this person is probably smart. They've generally known the answer in the school system. The school system reinforced, quote, knowing the answer. Raise your, who knows the answer? Oh, John, oh, John, oh, John. Great, John, you're doing so good. So that's the behavior that you're simply seeing represented. And it's the arrogance of thinking you know the right answer. And even if you do know the right answer, you want to create a mindset where you're not sure because the other person is closer to the information and closer to the problem than you are. And that's not how people think. In this model, see, this person, the foreman over here is going to be the decision maker. We all know that. But these people, they know the job better than that person. Why? Because they're spending 8 hours a day doing it. They know exactly, they're making radius. They know what, if I twist the wire this way, it's harder for my wrist than this way. Or if I sit in my chair, they know that. They know stuff about the job this person doesn't know. And that's what's happening in your person, with your person.